Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife's stepmom is alleged to have begged Queen Naomi to return back to the palace with Tadenikawo and forget about all the decoration and forget about all the protocol. That she needs to shun the protocol and return back to her matrimonial home. That is the kind of advice that anybody who loves her should be giving her right now. That this thing with them fixing date, that these people will not allow come to materialization, and them trying to decorate the whole stuff is not bringing value. It's rather pushing it forward and making things more complicated, because they should understand where they are, that there are a lot of people who do not want her to return back to the palace, that she should consider the health of her husband and return back to the palace. That it doesn't matter how people will look at this and the argument that may be out there in the public domain, the truth remains that Kabiyesi is not happy, and Kabiyesi will only find happiness when Queen Naomi returns back into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the south. It's still on the royals. Delarites, my Delarites, my Delarites, my super people. Delarites, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. From the depth of my heart. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And for those of you who, signed up to our membership, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. Please, if you're here and you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Now, as you watch, bear in mind that these are all alleged information that we get from different blogs and, different sources. And as long as it's not a first-hand information, it is not a first-hand information. You have to bear that in mind and write it in bold letters in your consciousness. Thank you so much, Dela Writes. I love you guys so much. Okay, so report reaching us right now is that the stepmom to the Ooni of Ife has met with Queen Naomi and pleaded with Queen Naomi once again to return back to the palace, to just move into the palace already. That the decoration, there's something they call analysis paralysis. Going back and forth, it's not helping the issue. One thing that is bound to happen is that when they fix a date, people will work against that date, that she should just take everyone unaware and return back into the palace of the Ooni of Ife, where she knows that there are a lot of people who love her there. Now, if this information is true, do you agree that there are a lot of people who love Queen Naomi in the palace of the Ooni of Ife? Absolutely. I do agree. Now, with everything that is making the rounds on social media, it is, painting a picture of the majority of people in the palace not wanting her back. But I do not think that is the case. They said that it is divided, that there are a lot of people who want her back and there are a lot of people who do not want her back. Just like every other facet of life, where you have people like you and those who do not like you. And for this woman to be saying that Queen Naomi needs to bring Queen Tadenikawo back to the palace, consider the plight, the health of Ooni of Ife, his emotional health and thereabout, and bring Tadenikawo back into the palace, that if they come back together, everything is going to find its natural equilibrium and nothing is going to go wrong. But if she is going to stay back and allow them to be planning and planning, that the same people who are planning, making these plans for her to come back, go behind her back to try and work against the plan so she doesn't come back. Do you think that is true? Yes, a lot of people think that that is true. That is a good counsel. But a lot of other people think that with the happenings around the palace, with all the gospels, with the women not wanting to go, with this level of desperation, if everything we are hearing is to be true, that it will be better for Queen Naomi to stay where she is because of Tadenikawo. So what is your own opinion on this? Now, there are a lot of people who are thinking that Queen Naomi needs to return back to the palace. That it's been 2 years already, and she needs to be with her husband. That if she is there, some people belong to the school of thought where they are saying if she were to be in the palace, that most of these things happening in the palace will not happen. Then going back to a prophecy that came the other time where they say that as long as they keep staying apart, that this whole drama is designed to keep tormenting them until they agree to come back, that both of them are stubborn. So is it the same thing this woman is talking about? Going back to the stepmother of Ooni of Ife, the stepmother of Ooni of Ife is the wife of Paropo. Paropo is the father of Ooni of Ife. They said the woman is a very kind-hearted woman, very thoughtful, very quiet. She minds her business, okay? Like she's not this kind of Yoruba woman who is a society woman. Like, when you're married to this kind of family, there is a tendency that you will be out there, want to show yourself and all of that. They say she is not that type, that she is God-fearing. So that said, she has gone ahead to appreciate Queen Naomi's mother for everything that has happened and also the effort she has made so far. But that the one last thing she needs to do is to ensure that her daughter returns back to the palace. That this preparation and everything gives, her the people who do not want her, the tool to use against her and to keep putting them apart from each other. And that Queen Naomi's mother should never be comfortable having Queen Naomi stay alone. That the woman went ahead to speak to Queen Naomi's mother, that Queen Naomi's mother should know that they are Yorubas. And Queen Naomi married the Ooni of Ife, not just any other Oba. That the mother should encourage Queen Naomi to return back to that marriage, because if Ooni does not free Queen Naomi, that Queen Naomi will know that all these Yoruba people who are coming, we heard that they are asking her hand in marriage and asking this one is coming and going, that none of them is going to come and marry her because they will be afraid to have anything to do with an Oba's wife. Now, you guys who are Yoruba, is this true? I'm asking you, is this, or is there any element of truth? Because I have seen the other day when we had our live, somebody asked the question on that live. The person said, if they are saying any woman who marries an Oba will not marry again, or men will not agree, what happened to Alafin of Oyo's wives? Because they are all over the place doing their own thing, living their own life. We even heard about that beautiful one having an affair with Portable, and they said they are even planning on getting married. Yes, with Portable. And Portable said he has not done anything, that he started when Oba was no longer there. And if this information we are hearing, that in the Yoruba tradition, any woman who is married to an Oba, that another man is not supposed to cross her. Why is I'm laughing because I read something. Yes, I've been doing a lot of research. Now, I read something that said that the 12 sons of Oduduwa, okay? That has to do, even Alafin is also a son of Oduduwa. In that information I read, I saw it. It's an information. I'm not the one saying it, okay? I read something. I think I'll bring it to our life so we have that discussion, because what some of the things we do on our life brings is to bring us back to history, because the history, I don't know what is happening with history in Nigeria in schools, okay? Now, I read something that they talked about the 12 sons of Oduduwa. Alafin of Oyo is one of those sons. And so if Alafin of Oyo happens to be one of the sons of Oduduwa, and they are saying Oba's wife is not supposed to marry, how come Alafin's wives are? So I'm going to try not to digress, but I'm coming back. Hopefully we have that live this weekend, okay? So we get to talk about this, so we get to understand where all of this is coming from. So they said the man and the woman, Ooni of Ife's stepmother, is advising Queen Naomi's mother to make Queen Naomi return back to the palace, knowing that, or knowing the predicament that Queen Naomi will face if she does not return back to the palace of the Ooni of Ife. They said that Queen Naomi can never remarry except the Ooni of Ife frees Queen Naomi the same way that the Ooni of Ife freed Wurola. Now, for those people who are arguing that Oni has freed Queen Naomi, Oni has nothing against Queen Naomi and all of that, have we heard that Oni they return bride price? Have there been anything like that, returning of bride price? Have you really heard it? That they return bride price. So if bride price has not been returned, if Oni of Ife's bride price is still on Queen Naomi's head, it therefore means that she is not free and she will not get married until that is done. Oni accepts it and Oni frees her. And so the same Mama is advising Queen Naomi's mother to make Queen Naomi return back to the palace, to turn her back on all of the decoration, welcoming her back on certain days and all of that, that if she returns back to the palace, there is a high tendency that everything is going to be okay. But a lot of people belong to a different school of thought. They are saying no, that with everything that is going on in the palace right now, Attaæck needs to be saved. These women really would never want Queen Naomi in that palace, and they are going to do anything that is within their power to undo Queen Naomi. And if it means, using Attaæck, they are going to do it. And so Queen Naomi should not return back. And we have a lot of other people who are saying that Queen Naomi should feel comfortable staying in the Lekki mansion, that life is better than anything. As long as there is life, there is hope, that she should not worry who stays in the palace. She should stay there as long as she's in peace with her husband. But other people are saying, how can the main wife stay outside and others are in the palace? That if Queen Naomi stays in the royal mansion, it will look as if she is the side chick and others are the wives. And so we don't know, but a lot of people with their own different, thought process. For you, what do you think about this situation? Do you think that Mama Rapo is right by saying that they should make Queen Naomi needs to return back to the palace and take her place and shun all the formalities so that things will settle and things will be okay with them? So I wanted to bring you this update. I'm going to bring you more. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.